And we are live once again, everybody. Welcome back to the PickFu Podcast. My name is John Aspinall, brand evangelist here at the Fu, as we call it. I don't know if we call it that or not. I just started. But I'm very, very happy and welcoming Ian Sells. Ian, you have probably the best last name for this business. I don't know if you've heard that before or not, but yeah, Ian Sells, welcome. Uh, founder of MDS, but co-founder of Join Brands. So we'd love to hear more about you. If people don't know you already, which I'm to be trying to find someone that doesn't know you. But go ahead, tell us a little bit more about you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think there's a lot of people that don't know me just because I do keep a kind of a low profile. I don't do a ton of speaking, but
Well, this is live.
Here.
So.
Yeah, great to be here. I do post, and I've been around the space for a long time. It's just the $1 million sellers community has been around for over 6 years, and we've just grown through referral and word of mouth. We have the largest group of 7, 8, 9-figure sellers in our community. And it's not a community where I teach you how to do anything. It's a community of the top sellers, and collectively there's $8 billion of revenue that's flowing through our community annually. So it's the largest. We're larger than any aggregator. All the aggregators combined, technically, at their heyday, we were still bigger than them as far as revenues go. So we are the largest aggregator of Amazon sellers who we help them connect and grow their businesses, and through one another they support each other. So that's kind of how that started many years ago. And then more recently launched Join Brands with my co-founders, which is a UGC and influencer marketplace. So we connect brand owners with content creators, influencers, so they can do work very quickly. Kind of call it the Uber of influencer marketing, or it's like Upwork for content creators. So very quickly you can create campaigns and see thousands of creators that you can work with and produce content at scale for the lowest cost in the industry.
That's awesome. Yeah. I actually let me see, because I'm blind and I took my glasses off. I just want to share my screen. So I actually created like a demo account just to see, just to show everyone the portal over here. Like, dude, this is super easy. Like, it's sometimes tools are super complex, and that's what I love about PickFu. It's super easy. But you just go here, add your product, create campaign, and then you're rocking and rolling in like a week or two, right?
Yeah, you're off. I mean, your campaign's live in 5 minutes. It's free to sign up, so there's no strings attached. Also, same, I think on your platform, same thing. Like, you only pay if you match with a creator. Kind of like, this is the creator I want to work with. Okay, then you pay for that creator, and we kind of hold the money in escrow, so the creator makes sure that they get paid. But yeah, I mean, within our average campaigns, you can get content back in 5 to 10 days on average, whether it be an image or a video, or even a video that's posted to the social media, the creator's TikTok or Instagram account, or even Amazon account.
This is awesome. Like, yeah, this is where the attention is, to be honest with you, with a lot of these things, because for me, I've only recently started purchasing things on TikTok Shop. Like, I was like, I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that. And the algorithm is heavily targeted me. I don't know what it is, right? But in the feed and stuff like that, I see a ton of products that I'm like, oh my God, I want this. But then it's like, I do see some creators, and I know we were chatting about that before, that I'm like, this product's super cool, it's interesting, but the creator doesn't resonate with me, right? Like, it's just like, this guy is pompous, this person's not relating to me, I don't like, so how do you find with creators, like, matching the right product to the right person, or what's your experience been with something like that?
Yeah, so for us, like, we realized that, like, paying expensive creators wasn't going to be like the best thing going forward. Like, the audiences were dying out. People were getting like, fatigued from, okay, this is another paid promotion. So on our platform, like, the content creators are like, they're just there to match with you, right? So we don't tell you who you should match with, or we don't have an algorithm, right? It's like, hey, post your campaign up there, invite the ones that you think are, in your persona for your brand, or like, that fit that marketing, angle that you want to take, whether it be, a male or female, or somebody from another country, or even Spanish speakers, right? And things like that. So with Join Brands, you can really find that right creator for you. And if you don't know what the right creator is, then, you can hire multiple creators to make content, and then let the market tell you which is, going to convert better, whether you're using PickFu to, answer that question, or you're using paid media, right? And running ads with that. So, for us, it's more like, hey, it was really hard to find an influencer and creator before, where you have to hire somebody, you do a ton of outreach, you invite them, hey, would you mind doing a video for us? We'll give you a free product. They say, I want $500. You're like, okay, I'll give you $500. And then, it takes them 30 days to get you the content. And then it's not very good. And then you have to negotiate and all this stuff. And so with our platform, we just make it really easy, right? It's almost like ordering an Uber. You can have content getting going right away, and the creators kind of know the platform, they know what they're doing, and they have time limits. So with us, it's really just a matter of like going through the process to find creators that fit your needs, and it's up to you to figure out like who that is actually.
That's pretty cool. Like, funny enough, like my wife does sometimes like on TikTok, where in the TikTok program, you can actually request samples from brands if you have like want to promote an affiliate on TikTok Shop. Some brand sent my wife, it was direct from China brand, right? Sent my wife this kind of, it's so weird. I thought it was a power bank at first. It's a hand warmer. It's an electric hand. Have you seen this before?
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah. And this has been sitting on my desk since before Christmas. And my wife just hasn't gotten it, and she wasn't really asking for it. So I think you brought up a good point, right? Where the turnaround time is huge, right? Where if you're a brand and you want the content quickly and not send out samples or whatever it may be, and just sitting around waiting, right? Like what's worst case turnaround time and what's best case turnaround time for someone to get some content?
Best case is about 5 days. And worst case, it can be 30 days, if the creators are unresponsive or they, are busy or something happens in their world. Right. But on average, it's 5 to 7 days is when you get content from us. And if, it goes past that, you can chat with the creators and be like, hey, what's going on? They're like, oh, sorry. I just, it wasn't sunny yet. So I wanted to do it outside when it was sunny.
Yeah.
Things like that. So things
it's definitely not 6 months of sitting here, you know what I mean? Waiting.
Yeah. Brands can cancel jobs if you're not doing it in time. And then, the creators get, penalized on the platform if they're not, doing what they're supposed to be doing. So
just like Amazon sellers with negative feedback.
Exactly.
Like
because we're trying to run a business here and we're trying to help people, get stuff done quickly. And the creators need to treat this like a job. They're getting paid. Most of the money that we collect at Join Brands goes to the creators. So, we've paid out millions of dollars at creators already. And
wow.
We're giving them, opportunities to make even more money in different ways as we create new jobs, specifically for TikTok shops. Or we just launched a new job type called recurring creators, which I'm pretty excited about, which, this will be the first time telling other people about it. But basically, you can now hire a creator to be your brand ambassador on a recurring monthly contract, whether you want 1 post a day, 3 posts a day.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's up on the top under more right now. It's kind of a little hidden, but it's really cool. So you'll be able to invite creators to like do this content for you. And if you click on create campaign, you can see how it works. But basically, you click on recurring creators.
This is where I saw it.
So you can either have them do and this is like them posting on TikTok, either on your account, or you can, ask the creators to make a secondary account, or you can make a secondary account that they can post to. And this way, like what brands are doing is they're basically having people post constantly on their accounts. And that's what, TikTok wants. If you just post once every month, it's not going to generate any reach, and you're going to end up being in like basically TikTok jail, and you'll never get out of that. So it really takes consistent posting, and also the brand page or the person's page that's posting, it needs to be consistent messaging the whole time. So a creator can't on their page, promote like some bath gel and then go promote a hand warmer. Like TikTok won't know what this lady's about, so they'll just block her reach. So you need a whole page about hand warmers and activities with hand warmers and why you need a hand warmer, and stories about people who didn't have hand warmers, right, and lost fingers. So that's kind of the way that TikTok rolls, and you got to keep your pages consistent. So with recurring creators, you can really hire somebody within a few days and pick through our entire database of creators that have reached a certain level on our platform, and then they can become your brand spokesperson from as little as $500 a month. So excited about that.
Yeah, I have a question about that too. Like, what's the requirements when a new creator comes on board of because I know some other places that I've seen, like they require you to have so many followers or so much reach or engagement. Like, what's the qualifications for like a creator to come on board with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we have creators of all sizes, right? So like, 500 followers all the way up to like millions of followers. There is no criteria for them on our platform, because if you're just getting content, then anybody can create it. It doesn't matter their reach. If you're trying to use them as also influencers, then it does matter. But of course, the people with more reach are going to charge more money and want more money. So you're always playing this balance between the two. And certain creators on our platform, they have to earn certifications to do different types of jobs. So that's pretty cool. So when a creator applies, they don't just get access to all the job types. They actually have to do a selfie certification first, which is them holding the product in their hand and taking a picture. And then our team makes sure that the background looks nice, the quality of the photo is good enough. The brand name is clearly facing the camera. It's not backwards and reverse and mirrors, things like that. And then we reject it or approve them. So now they can take selfie jobs. And then we have like 8 different job types, whether it be testimonial videos or demos or lifestyle. And now we have TikTok, so they have to connect their TikTok account with us, Instagram. And so like with recurring creators, like a creator needs to actually get to our level 2 status in order to be able to take that job. And that means that they've done a certain amount of jobs and they have a high rating on our platform.
That's interesting. So like, where do you see the most traffic or the most potential between, on Amazon UGC versus TikTok UGC versus any of the other mediums?
And right now TikTok is growing really quickly. So that's really the medium where that is like taking off pretty fast. And then obviously like people are also doing content, through for their Amazon stores, for their websites. So, there's definitely a ton of need for that. And then of course the brands and the agencies that we work with that use us to, for their clients to do paid media. That's when, we see a lot of volume of content coming out because there's content fatigue on those platforms.
Yeah. That's I feel like I'm getting fatigue on TikTok. Like I feel like either, and you'll hear the 3-year-old in the background. He's excited about it.
Does he know you're recording a podcast?
Come on, man. Like,
come on, man.
Come on. This is what put bread on the table,
Yeah.
But I've noticed on TikTok that their algo is very much like a shop post and then a affiliate post and then my organic feed and all that other kind of stuff. So yeah, he's excited.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, hi. But yeah, tell me more. Let me pull up Amazon, right? So tell me more. Where do you see, like, if someone's on Amazon, they don't know about UGC on Amazon.
Yeah.
Where would you recommend them? Like, where can I go to take a look? Pretend I just started on
Amazon. There's multiple places where you're going to see UGC, and UGC is becoming huge on Amazon. So, for instance, go pick a product, any product you want, right? And then pick a product, right? And then scroll down. Like, okay, first of all, let's look at their main images, right? Do they have any UGC, or are they using stock photos? Like, are they showing real people in the main photos? Check out all the photo carousel, though, like the other ones, right?
Yeah.
So, that is a stock photo. It's clearly photoshopped, right? Clearly photoshopped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So this doesn't give the consumer a really good feeling, subconsciously. Like, most people are scanning through these things where you're like, that looks kind of funny. It doesn't really play to you, right? It's faded. It's not really, so if you had a real family or you had 4 pictures of families playing, like real families at their table that like customers sent you, that's what UGC is. Then you're going to go, oh, wow, all these families are doing this. It must be a good game. And here we can just clearly see it's not even like level on the floor, right?
Yeah. So I think
that's one place. Then they have a video here. Let's check out the video.
Yeah. Well, let me go back to this real quick. So I think that a lot of people think UGC, and by the way, there's a typo in family. Whoops. Shout out to this brand. Fix that typo. But I think a lot of people think UGC as just video. Like the stigma, I think, is a lot of UGC is video, but it's also images, right? Like it's also these kind of images here that people want true kind of stuff and not that photo choppy kind of thing.
Yeah. I'll show you this really cool chess game.
But this video right here, this is a user generated content, right?
Yeah, this is an example of user generated content, right?
So this is this is like an unboxing.
This is not a good way to make a brand video, right? This might be uploaded by that Amazon creator, maybe. It's hard to see from my screen, but like if you're going to make a brand video, you want to take some clips from this, but also mix in, some actual high quality imagery, text over screen, right? So that people that don't have the sound on can understand what's going on. Because if I have no sound on, I have no idea what's going on in this video, right? They're just talking about a board game. I don't know what he's saying. So when people are browsing, and then you want to highlight, quality pieces, lightweight, right? Folds up, whatever that might be. And then if you scroll down, like, you can use UGC here. You can see it's all photoshopped in. So, it's not a high quality, authentic type of listing, right? And then you're going to go down into this where videos are. So this is where like Amazon shoppable videos can end up right there in that section. And also you can see like customers, there's an upload button, so customers can actually upload videos to that section as well, or you as a brand can. So a lot of people will create videos on Join Brands just to fill that section up with their own videos.
What's a bigger brand on Amazon that you've seen that does this in best?
I mean, go to here's an example, like Mary Ruth Organics, huge brand, right? Now click on one of their listings.
Hey, Tabo.
Right. So scroll through that. You're going to see UGC mixed in with their actual product, right? And these are what you're clicking on right now is actually not from the brand. Those are from creators that are promoting that brand, which you can also do on Join Brand. You can reach out to Amazon shoppable creators as well. And what happens is that those creators actually get commission on every time you watch a video and buy that product. They actually make money from Amazon. So I don't know if you know that.
Do you want to come say hi? You can come say hi. Okay. We'll have another guest.
Hiya.
There
Hey, buddy.
over here. He's over here. Say hi to Ian.
Hiya.
What's happening, man?
Are you creating a new Amazon product? You need some UGC content for? Yeah. What are you gonna make? A Cosmo the dog. Yeah, he's into pet products now.
Okay, yeah, nice. There's definitely people with kids on Join Brands that brand owners want to work with families. They want to work with moms, pregnancy, kids, dogs. So you can find people that have those dogs basically or whatever, and they can do videos for you on your behalf of your dog supplement, right?
Let me give him to mommy, Ian. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah, you got it. Take your time.
Okay, go on, mommy. Cosmo. Go on here and take Cosmo. Okay, take Cosmo. Come on, Cosmo. Come on. The joys of a live podcast. It never gets old. But yeah, so I think do you see more of where people are advertising the UGC content with Amazon? Like where would I go with that?
I don't know. I don't know on the website, but on the app, if you go on your app, your mobile app, right? You're going to see on the bottom, there's actually a whole section, a whole icon just for the UGC. It's basically like a TikTok feed of products. Have you seen that? It's
Inspire,
called
right?
Inspire, yeah. So that's it. So that's UGC. So they're really ramping this up. As you can see, it's like on their main navigational panel. And so they just want more content than anybody talking about products, comparing products, so that people can use that to find out how it works. And the best part about like UGC or TikTok postings is when you're looking at products nowadays, you don't want to just like read what the brand has to say. You want to see how it actually looks. You want to see what people's thoughts are. You want to see how it fits them, how it fits in their landscape or in their homes or whatever. So when I'm searching for stuff like a kitchen spatula, I might go to TikTok and search kitchen spatula or best kitchen spatula, and then check out videos of people saying this is the best kitchen spatula because it's nonstick, it's got a longer stick, it comes in many colors. I just love the rose gold, whatever it is. Like that's how people shop now, and they want authentic, non-paid type of views. And so UGC helps you get that quickly. Now it'd be great if you could have your customers all posting about your product and like sharing how great it is, but unfortunately that's not the case. Yeah. And so using UGC sites is you're finding people who are willing to do that on your behalf. Most of them will be authentic about it and tell you what they really think. And so by getting tons of content out there in the space and social media that sticks around forever, and YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, right? Posts and videos, like those don't disappear. So people searching are now starting to discover videos versus, oh, it used to be, how do I go viral, right? Now you don't have to go viral. You just have to be searched for and so to show for those keywords.
Yeah, I mean, I just got some intel. Hold on one second. I just got some intel from the Illuminati level channels over here at PickFu. I just want to make sure I can share this. We're going to keep on going, but I might have a little callback to something that might be a little interesting kind of thing. But no, so I went shopping the other day for, what did I buy? Was it a charger? No, Ethernet cable for my MacBook, right? To plug in because it doesn't have any ports in it. And I just wanted to go and see. And are you familiar with this thing? Like they say Best Buy is Amazon showroom.
Yeah.
And that's, I'm guilty of that. Sorry, Best Buy. So I went in Best Buy. I was like looking around at stuff. I wanted to see what the right thing was. I wanted to ask questions. I felt wrong doing that, knowing I wasn't going to buy it from them. But that's truly what it is, right? So I wonder if TikTok is the same way to a certain extent for Amazon, right? Where TikTok, you can purchase it, but I get hit on my feed on TikTok with a lot of top 10 Amazon things you must have, Amazon kitchen gadgets you must have, right? So you think that parlays into Amazon a little bit more too?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I not think I know, right? So when things go viral on TikTok, your Amazon sales go viral as well, right? They spike up dramatically because a lot of people want to shop where they already have their credit card. They already, are trusting the platform, right? Buying on TikTok, you don't know who the seller is. You don't know how long it's going to take generally. TikTok's giving tons of incentives, but it's a great discovery platform for new things that are, trending or up and coming. And Amazon loves that. And of course, they all also want to compete with it, but they get a huge benefit out of it. And, for me, I go, I want to go to Home Depot and buy stuff, but I don't really want to buy it and then have to go back to the store to return it. It's going to take me 20 minutes to go back over there. Yeah. So I just buy it online. I'll go in the store, look at stuff. If I'm nearby, I'm not going to go out of my way to drive to Home Depot or even any store, or even go to the mall, because I don't want to have to go back to return that shirt that, I just don't like this shirt anymore.
Yeah.
It is such a hassle. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't see how, retail really, survives except for grocery and stuff that, it's part of your ritual and stuff like that. You want to explore new foods, they have tastings and stuff like that. It's great. But when it comes to clothing, it really should be a showroom. Well, honestly, it should just you should just look at every store should just be a showroom, and you order it and it shows up at your door in an hour or in a day, right? Mm-hmm. And you'd be happy. And if you wanted to return it, just put it back in the mail, right? Mm-hmm. And so every store should be small, and then the back room should be a mini warehouse that just ships stuff out quickly.
That's it. Right? Can I buy this here? No, it'll be at your house by the time you get home. No,
don't worry. We'll have it delivered to your house. It'll show up on your doorstep, right? It's it makes a lot more sense as a consumer, and our time is limited, and we're also all working so much more than we ever before. I was talking to my dad about not having, how was it before we had, I mean, I know how it was. I was there, before we had phones and smartphones and even laptop computers, right? It was the early days, in the early 90s. It was you were getting CDs in the mail to sign in to AOL,
Oh, dude, that was.
And it's just we move at such a fast pace. Business didn't work so fast. We coordinated this. We're online sharing our stories, live. That used to be, we have to go meet at a set, get a room, get a film crew. Here we are, where we always sit all day long, right, doing our jobs. We're now, reaching audiences. So it's pretty cool to see how things evolve, and I think it'll just continue to go that way. And I think micro influencers, nano influencers, creators are the evolution of big creators, right? And there's more and more coming up every day, and more kids find followers on YouTube for these funny videos they make, or art that they're drawing, or whatever their story they're telling. There's now more of these microcosms of audiences that people are looking forward to seeing.
I mean, I have another question, but before I get to that, you said the 90s, and I'm going to ask you, I don't know if you tell people, because some people are weird about that, but how old are you?
I'm 42.
So you're right on par with me. I'll be 41 this year. So I know that life. And my kids, I know you have kids too, my kids don't know that life, right? For obvious reasons. But I remember, growing up, no internet. Then I remember the internet. dial up, and then getting kicked off because someone called on the phone, and having to wait for something, an image to download, and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And my kids, even the young, especially the youngest one, it's almost like you have no patience. Patience was gone after like 99. I think when the ball dropped in 2000s, patience was gone, because when an ad, we all, as brands, we love to spend money on ads, but when an ad comes up, my kids on YouTube lose their minds. They're like, oh, my show stopped. I hate this ad. I don't want this thing. So it's funny how now companies are pivoting towards, well, either you take the ads or pay for the premium with no ads. So I found myself having to buy YouTube Premium for my kids to use in the house, so there's no ads up there. So it's just interesting how that happens. But yeah, so I shared my screen here because we were talking about TikTok and how that parlays to Amazon. Are you seeing a lot of this stuff out there too, viral on TikTok, kind of annotations on products?
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's a little hack people are doing. They're putting badges on their listings and trying to get away with it. Whether that's viral on TikTok, I mean, I've seen them where they show the followers, how many purchases or followers or screen clips and stuff like that. So yeah, it's fun. It's, things keep changing and evolving, and like Amazon isn't stagnant, and that's why you got to keep testing and like trying new things. And, I think that's where PickFu also like comes in, is like, what worked yesterday doesn't work today. So you can't just like, okay, this was the best thing ever, but like, could you test again to get an even higher, number, right? And maybe it'll be lower, but like, you should continue to test and see if you can continue to improve your conversion rates, your reviews, right? Your imagery. I mean, this image looks like it was just photoshopped together, right? It has no context.
The call outs here, viral on TikTok and Shark Tank. I've noticed a lot of people about the Shark Tank one, where I think consumers are getting a little bit more savvy, as they're not saying deal one on Shark Tank. They're just saying as seen on Shark Tank or Shark Tank. That just means anyone something to get on Shark Tank, and they could laugh at them and not get a deal, and then they're going out there and saying,
I wonder even like if that's being policed, because like, was that product even on Shark Tank, right?
Yeah.
So consumers need to be more careful, and they need to be more, like checking on things, right? What are the ingredients? Where are they coming from? Especially on like beauty and stuff for kids and all that good stuff. But yeah, I mean, is this a brand that I can reach in the USA, or is it a brand, that I'll never hear from, and that they're going to just send me a letter in the mail asking me for a review for $20, right? With a gift card, so it's like the whole thing is just continuously evolving, right? And we have to navigate those paths. And that's, again, another reason why like MDS is so valuable, right? Because we're 600 people that are all evolving and navigating it together and sharing ideas. Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, has anybody tried putting that TikTok thing on there? Oh yeah, do this, but make sure you don't use the logo, because Amazon's going to pull down your image. So you don't have to like learn those lessons, right? Like, so like you're just learning from others, and it's like not reinventing the wheel. And, with MDS, everybody there is at least $1 million seller. So it's like, nobody's like, hey, how do I form an LLC? Or it's more like, hey, I have 3 LLCs. I'm getting ready to sell. What are the tax strategies I need to use, in order to avoid most taxes, right? And so answers to that questions from people who've already done it can really, create a ton of value for you without having to hire an attorney and getting bad information from other people. So
that's interesting too. And it's almost like the Illuminati level of Amazon sellers, right? So my other question with MDS, and just lightly getting into MDS a little bit, like, how does someone get into the bad boys club? Like, do you have to get hazed into it, like a fraternity? Do you have to come snatch you out of your bed and then walk you through this, like, or can someone apply? How does that work?
Yeah, no, it's definitely not a bad boy society. It's I actually just met up last night with the women of MDS. They have a chapter for just the women. And we have chapters all over the world. So we have almost 20 chapters now with presidents of each chapter. But to get into the MDS, you just go to our site and apply. And then you got to go through a couple of interviews with members and our team, right? And we check your revenues, make sure you are who you say you are. You are a founder, or, a small agency owner, or you run the entire Amazon department of, a big company, right? We want people to come in and be active, and you have to fit our core values, which, it's like putting the group first and, having integrity and like, engaging and stuff. So it's very like simple to get in. It does take like 30 days, and we don't let in. We have like a wait list if we have too many people applying. We only let in a certain amount of people per month. But it's when people join, they pretty much never leave until they sell their businesses, because value is the community and the resources and all the stuff that we have versus like me telling you, how to sell, what to do. I mean, of course, I help offer my guidance, but I'm not the biggest seller in the room. I don't pretend to be or the smartest person in the room either, but I'm good at connecting people. If you have an issue, I want to make sure you get to the right member that might have that solution. And we just really want to help people like build businesses together. And it's not so lonely. As an e-commerce person, we're sitting behind our desks in our little in our houses or whatever, apartments and whatnot. And it can be lonely. Nobody's taking us on executive corporate retreats like some of our friends might be going on. So MDS throws really nice events around the world. Last year was in Barcelona. This year it's gonna be in Denver. We do ski trips, just getting people together so they can like have some structure to talk through issues and mastermind on different things.
That's awesome. And I'm going to ask a tough question, and you're going to say I can't say it, but I'm going to ask anyway because I feel very Howard Stern, Tony Hinchcliffe right now. Who is the biggest seller in MDS?
Kitsch, Mary Ruth, and there's a number of them. Dermatology. Okay. There's a lot of big sellers in the group. There's a lot. I mean, they're not the majority, of course, right? We have a $20 million and up, group that people get together and they mastermind on different topics. Okay. The average is about 5 to 7 million in the group. And if you're doing $1 million or you're doing 5 or 10, you want to get to 10 or 20, and you want to understand how to navigate those stuff, that people are willing to help. That's the best thing about MDS. Everybody's willing to help you out. If your listing goes down, right, and you're just at wit's end, like people with connections will reach out to their contacts at Amazon and help you out. So, but awesome. To get that kind of response, you got to contribute to them and in the community. Like you can't just come in and be like, "Hey, I need this." It doesn't work that way in our community.
Take. You gotta give for take.
Yeah, we have a saying: "Give more, get more." So the more you give, the more you're gonna get.
I am very friendly, and she's gonna kill me for saying her name on this, but I don't care because she's awesome. Lori Barsby is an amazing person who preaches MDS to the high heavens. So
she's great. She's actually on our advisory council right now. So she is one of the few members that got elected to be by the membership to help facilitate, what we focus on within the community, and helps us process hard issues. When running a community this size, there's definitely issues. So we always look to the members for their guidance, and she's awesome. Love Lori. Lori's
the bomb. So I just got this in. I'm going to pretend I'm getting my feed in from the newscast. That I can share this. Mary Ruth actually is a big-time power user of PickFu. I just got it confirmed that I wanted to make sure I can share this because I know we were talking a lot about Mary Ruth for an example, and then you said some MDS stuff about Mary Ruth. So just wanted to split.
Yeah, and that's a great story. I mean, David tells his story all the time, the founder, but he came into MDS. His story is like, I was doing like $5 million in revenue, and I just thought like, this is it. Like I'm doing well. Like it's not gonna. I'm not going to be a billionaire. Like there's no more to it. And through meeting other people in the group and meeting some of the other big sellers, they've kind of grown up together as well, and sharing strategies have helped them all level up. And I can't say who, is part of that crew, but they really helped each other get to levels they're at. And now, Mary Ruth has, Gary Vee as a partner. I mean, I think they will exit for $1 billion for sure. Coming in at 5 million and thinking that's it, and having $1 billion exit in a few years, it's just insane. And he does give a lot of props to MDS. Of course, we're not the main reason. David is incredible, but the reality is that your self-limiting beliefs, what you don't know, can kill you, type of thing. And through meeting other entrepreneurs who have done it before or know more, or push you out of your comfort zone, that's where you see the breakthroughs in your business.
Yeah. Also, shout out Mary Ruth's because a friend of mine works at Mary Ruth's, and she's probably going to kill me for saying her name, but Victoria Scott at Mary Ruth's is fantastic. Do you know Victoria from Mary Ruth's or no?
I might. I'm not sure.
She's fantastic.
Nice.
We're going to jump back into a little PickFu fun. Since it's the PickFu Podcast and all right, Ian. Ian, before you and I were talking about your favorite IPAs, and we PickFu'd it, right? You gave me the two that your favorite, your go-to, and then another option, right? So I'm going to share so far what we've got because we did a 50-person. We went a little deep on this. Your guy's the winner so far.
Easy? Oh, yeah.
Which packaging design do you prefer if you're looking to try a new IPA out, and why? So the cool thing is we're seeing, okay, so far we got about 34 out of 50 in. And the great thing is we're going to go down and see why, right? So it's more unique and it looks like hazy, cool design. I like Sierra Nevada better. I actually tried this IPA out. It's good. It's a fun brand, eye-catching and appealing, bright color combo. So you can see some people might like this because this is lighter and not so much darker.
Subliminally, the picture is actually bigger as well.
Yeah. Because I just grabbed it real quick while we were chatting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's important to look at, right?
People do that on Amazon. That's a great one for Amazon too, though, because if you can fill up the space as much as possible, that can give you more real estate and it draws your eye right to that one. Like you can't help but look at the hazy.
Yeah, it's right in your face. Justin, co-founder of PickFu, said, can't go wrong with the Sierra Nevada Hazy IPA. So he's a fan too.
That's right, Justin.
So let's see why people like the Stone IPA. It looks cooler and stronger. Image is rugged. Actually looks like an IPA and not a soft drink. But the cool thing is, right, when you're in your PickFu, you can go over and see who's making these statements and why, right? So someone that's Hispanic, 35 to 44, male, maybe that's not your ICP in your avatar, right? So maybe you don't take that as, you don't take that with a grain of salt, or you do, I don't know. But you'd want to look at, are we hitting the right ICP and you could drill all this stuff down. We really just did a real broad match with just, drinking 1 to 5 beers a week. Color stands out more. A lot of cool stuff. So it looks like you're in the win right now, Ian. So hazy IPA, you're going strong. You're doing something right. So that's good. But then I ran some other cool stuff. Going back to TikTok, right? So I ran this one here. So if you're browsing TikTok about soap, which creator would you rather buy from on the video? Which would you rather watch the video of and why? So I just took 2 products that were the same product on TikTok, and I pulled out the screenshots over here as to the creators, just as a thumbnail that someone's looking at. What's going on? I'm on the live stream. Can you give me a minute, please? And you can see here that this one won by 7 votes. I did a smaller one over here, but you're going down here and you're saying they're licensed, so I trust them more. So this one, the thumbnail says from a licensed esthetician. So it might not be the creator, but it might be the assets, the typography that you're putting on the thumbnail. They seem more attractive and realistic. I'm going to be honest here, that photo using option 8 isn't appealing, not the best soap to have all over your face. The title is catchy. The person is fine as either one, more about the fonts or the writing. So it might not be the creator, but it might be the fonts and the typography that you're using on top of that, right? She mentions the type of soap. So this is a cool way for you to see which one's going to resonate. And this is also another good way to PickFu it if you're looking to get into the space of the product, right? Maybe you want to sell African black soap, right? Is this resonating with a lot of my demographic? Is this not? What are people looking for? What are they not looking for? They're looking for a bigger bar, a different kind of shape. What do you think of this so far, Ian?
Yeah, I think it's it depends on what your audience is, and who's the main user of the product. But yeah, it's interesting to see, what your users, say about these types of comparisons.
Yeah. And then I did another one.
Clearly the type is important because they are not just looking at the person, but they're looking at, what is this about? They're trying to understand the context of that video grab. And I think that's important for people to realize, is like just putting up a video on your page isn't going to help people really know what's going on. And we were talking about this earlier, but like having text on screen or having some sort of headline is really going to say, okay, you already know Ian Sells is the founder of MDS and Joint Brands because it says it right on my name. If it didn't say that, you'd be like, who's this guy talking, right? And so the type actually really, helps out. And if you're scrolling down, like they would maybe skip over this, but if they saw, my name, they may not know who I am. So this gives them more context.
So basically what you're saying, we're using you for some clickbait. Got it.
That's right. Yeah. I reposted too. So hopefully we get a couple more people tune in, but it's interesting to see how people take it. I wonder, like, who are these people answering the question? Did you set any parameters? Are they certain regions?
Yeah, so I'll show you how we can actually do this poll. With this one, I just put people who prefer TikTok. For these TikTok ones, I didn't drill down into soap users, women, age range. There's 90 plus different characteristics and traits that we can drill down. It's like a funnel. The more you get to the bottom, the lesser the pool of people that comes from. So it takes a little bit longer. So best practice is kind of like you're saying, drive down to the right demographic. So you don't want males responding if you're selling a female product, because it's just a waste of a response. So you want to target specifically your customer avatar. So if you're selling, water bottles that are, $49.99 like Stanley's, right? You want to focus on women that have a certain income, that shop on Amazon Prime, that maybe live in a certain area, or maybe they're into fitness or they exercise a lot, or whatever that is. You can drill down all the way through to who that is. So with these examples, I just did TikTok. Another cool thing that I did was, please watch. I actually included a link to a TikTok, right? So I click this one here, and this is the TikTok that I put over there. And this is the creator, and it's a eczema cream, right? So it actually got, there's a lot of views. I mean, decent amount of views, like 19. No, this isn't views, this is likes. So decent amount of engagement, right? She's talking about the product and all that kind of good stuff. And I said, okay, cool. So please watch the TikTok below. Would you purchase items from this creator? Why or why not? And I gave the link to the TikTok, and we got all the responses here. Yes, no reason I thought I would not. It really comes down to the price. I would not. The creator seems inauthentic, right? So this is a 25 to 34-year-old male. Might not be the right audience or ICP for him, because it's not a male that's doing it. It's a woman, right? And get it. Women buy from women. Women don't buy from men that are talking about women's products and their needs, right?
Yeah.
Historically, right? But men will buy from other guys and will also buy from women depending on the circumstance, right? Like, I know that I was scrolling TikTok the other day, and there's a company on TikTok called Armor Underwear or Real Men Underwear. I don't know. It's like underwear that keeps your package outside of the underwear or something. I was like, whatever. And this guy is just super compelling that he's talking about why there's the benefit to it and all this other kind of stuff. And then they switched it up, and he had another person go live with their content, and it was a woman. And I instantly felt weird, right? Because she's talking about, this will fit better here. And I'm like, this is making me uncomfortable, right? Like maybe if I wasn't married with kids and I was like, it's an attractive lady or something like that, like, okay, she likes them, maybe I'll wear it. Maybe that's the angle they were going for. But the equivalent of, like, if a woman's like, showing off, buy this bra, right? I don't think a lot of women would, if I got on video and said, hey, this bra is really great, it's got underwire and all, people would be creeped out and they wouldn't purchase, right? So I think that understanding who that ICP in the avatar is super important.
It sounds like they were split testing it though, to see who sells more, a man or a woman, right?
They definitely were.
You never know, because it could be the women that are buying underwear for their husbands, or whatnot. So
but I could see that, but the way that they were portraying this lady was more the attractive, sexy kind of, and I know my wife wouldn't buy me underwear from an attractive, sexy lady that's selling underwear, right? I think they were targeting the men to say, like, oh, she's recommending these for you, and she's holding them up. So I just think you have to,
but just like anything though, you can't decide, right? It's like you're only one opinion, and you got to let the results speak for themselves, right? So we don't know those results, but same with PickFu, like you might think that one video would be good, and it was making me think, like, it'd be really good to test, like, different videos and just say which one's more compelling of an offer, because it's like 3, 4, or 5 different people saying, doing a video, right, on UGC, because you can get UGC from us for like $60 a video. Like, get a couple of videos and then say which one's more compelling, and then A/B test that. Here and why, right? And so you can kind of compare your videos versus maybe running paid ad media might take longer, or cost more money, let's say, or like A/B tests, like images of people holding products. Which one do you feel is more authentic, right? And so like maybe get a little bit of an edge up on those types of things.
You got to do that, right? Because I'm a big evangelist right now. I'm a big advocate of your CEO, your creative director doesn't know best. Data knows best, right? So there's a lot of times there's CEOs that like, no, this is our avatar. This is what we're pushing. This is the creative. This is the color we're going with. Or you have a lot of agencies that have creative directors or brands that have creative directors, and they say, no, these are our brand guidelines. This is what we go by. This is who it is. And I see a lot of stuff on Amazon that comes from a .com onto Amazon, and they have these very simplistic, very clean, very .com friendly images that you may have on your regular website that you have some breathing room on because they landed on your website. So they want to know a little bit more and say, but you don't have that time on Amazon. So the attention span, like we go back to talking about attention span, it's very, very low, if any at all, right? So, you have to tell people very clearly what they need, what the value prop is right away, and it has to resonate with them. Otherwise, you've lost them. And if you don't get the click, you're not making the sale.
Yep.
So, things like this, right? I would purchase from her. She seems reliable and sincere. I would consider buying the products. She seems high energy and conviction, right? So you go through something like this and say, okay, this is a male. This is another male. So we're getting a lot of males saying they like her. But if you're getting females that are saying, no, she doesn't seem genuine. No, she doesn't seem like that. And if that's your ICP and your avatar, then you have a problem, right? Because she may come across as a certain way to women. And if that's your ICP and your avatar, then you're neglecting your customer and they're not buying, right? So a lot of cool things you could do with that. I did another one too, right? So I did this other cool one. Let me show you. Did a little bit of a different way. I didn't put a link. I put it as more text. Watch a TikTok video, and tell me if you would be compelled to purchase anything from the creator that they're showcasing, why and why not. And I did it this way because let me know what you think. Let me go back here because she showcased a bunch of stuff in one. Oops, I didn't do that right. Do you find this also where a lot of people are putting multiple items in UGC, or do you find that it's one item per video versus like something like this here? This is the towel warmer. This is the bed. That's also a warmer. And maybe the ring holder. So are you finding? Yeah. What are you finding with this? Is it best practice to focus on one product, or have this showcase of different things and then tag other kind of things in it?
Yeah, I think it just depends on the situation. I mean, they're all good, right? This is like say, hey, try out these products. There's your hot Amazon finds. There's a hashtag like TikTok made me buy it, right? Or Amazon made me buy it type of hashtags. And then there's like comparison videos. So like Amazon's big on like they want actually creators to take two products that are similar in the space, similar, and compare them, right? And so they want to have two products per video that they're doing. So. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, because from an Amazon angle, and we'll take a look at the results of this one in a second, but from the Amazon angle, right, if Amazon's saying this or this, and you're comparing the two, it's a win-win because if they're both on Amazon, it's like, do you want this one or this one? Well, they're both on Amazon. So if you go left, we have it. And if you go right, we have it as well, right?
Right.
I don't know do you think TikTok is really doing that more so than Amazon, or?
Well, I mean, the creators are doing whatever they're doing, right, to generate, followers and audience and stuff like that. So it just depends. But like TikTok, people are just following what's trending and what's working on TikTok because that's part of the game. Is like, don't recreate the wheel, just do what already went viral, and that will go viral again. That's kind of the saying right now.
Yeah. So, let me ask you a personal thing too, and I'm assuming we're roughly the same age. And if I'm on TikTok, I assume everyone's on TikTok. But you go on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And you follow people, right? Sometimes.
Sometimes. I mean, I don't really, I wouldn't say I follow anybody, but yeah.
So the reason I say that is because TikTok has the I follow tab and then the For You page.
Right.
And no matter who I follow, I almost never look at the who I follow page. I almost always go to the For You page, and the algorithm will pepper in sometimes people that I follow. But literally the other day I was on TikTok and I was on the who I followed tab, and I didn't realize that I'm scrolling, and I'm like, man, all this stuff is boring. Like, where's all the cool, innovative stuff? And I realized I wasn't on the algo, for you page, right? So do you find that, is there any correlation with that when it comes to UGC? Like, do they have to run paid ads against the UGC content within TikTok or TikTok Shop affiliate to be seen more? Or is it just okay with them putting it on their page and have followers? Because I know I don't even look at people I follow. I only go to the
I think most people are just on the For You page, right? The followers is like to, trick your algorithm. I think there are like people that do shows and like consistently like, comedy skits or whatever it is that they're doing, like that you might want to see, like I think younger generations probably watch a lot more people like as like we would have watched a TV series or something back in the day.
Yeah.
Right? They're doing that on the follower page. But to get, shown For You, you have to have a video that, piques people's interest, keeps them on the video longer, right? Gets lots of comments and engagement. So, that's what the creators are all focused on, is how do we get in more people's feeds, because that's where you get the virality. You don't get it from your followers. You get it from showing up in other people's feeds. And TikTok is, testing everybody's content in everybody's feeds at different points in time. And if they see some inkling of like opportunity, then you get another little credit and you move forward in that process until, the floodgates open and you get millions of views. Right.
Yeah.
So it's like test, boom. Right. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how, TikTok, algorithm kind of works, right? And so that's why they say like if it went viral once, it will go viral again. And so they just basically say like if this type of video, this hook, this opening, this location, this product like went viral, like just make another video like that, and you'll have a much better chance of going viral.
That's interesting. And then I asked Kevin King this last week, his thoughts on it. So I'm curious about yours. And then I want to take a look at the feedback here. But everything that's going on in the country with TikTok and the potential ban, whatever it may be. And I know that TikTok's even talking about if they sell the platform without the algorithm, it's like selling Google without the algorithm. It's almost worthless, right? So where do you see the landscape for 2024 if TikTok gets banned, right? And let's say that does go into effect and it's just shut down tomorrow. Is the main pivot going to be, is Amazon going to take the helm, for shopping on viral kind of videos and stuff like that, or what do you say?
I mean, probably not for viral video shopping, but I mean, Amazon's still getting the benefit of all of this awareness that's happening for products online. Do I think TikTok will be banned? No, I don't. I think that it'll continue to exist. They have some good feedback. It's already pretty much managed in the US. Like there's not a whole lot that has to do with China. Actually, people don't even use it in China like they do here. Like we're their biggest market actually. So I think that they're just gonna have to do some couple of different things. But if it does, I can already see, like, I'm sure Facebook is already building this all, kind of copying everything that they have going on.
That meta.
I noticed recently how easy it is than before, like maybe a year before, like how you can actually connect your Shopify store to Facebook and all of a sudden have a shop right on your Facebook page that's like one click buy, kind of just like TikTok's is. Probably even more simply. I think TikTok's actually a bit complicated to get up and running and launch your store and then get affiliates, and it's like all these different portals. But TikTok has already made the affiliate network work, whereas most other social platforms have not made that work. But it doesn't mean that all those people are going to keep making content. They're just going to go to another platform and do it, or they're going to take those other platforms more seriously, and they're going to have an opportunity. So it doesn't just disappear. It doesn't go away. The attention will just go to a different platform. Maybe Snapchat wins. Who knows, right?
Oh man, that's a throwback. I deleted Snapchat like a couple of months ago.
Snapchat just had breakout earnings and their stock like almost doubled. So things change, and more kids are using those. And Instagram is big, and maybe WhatsApp launches something. Amazon, Twitter has an opportunity if this happens, right? I'm sure they're building out all those tools. So. Yeah, there's not one place that's the best right now. People are using TikTok as a place to discover products and shop. And so by getting more content posted on TikTok, under certain hashtags that are what your brand keywords are usually on, Amazon, like what best spatula or like, skin cream for eczema, right? If you can show up in those search results on TikTok, you're going to have people demonstrating your product. And if you can seed that with lots of videos, this is what I'm trying to tell brands to do, is like do these like campaigns on our platform you can get TikToks as low as $25 per TikTok. So it's like get 100 TikToks posted of your product with your hashtag. So that way, when people are searching on TikTok for, those types of keywords, you're going to show up more. And I did a presentation, a study, like there are more searches for like beauty cream or women's leggings on TikTok than there is on Google.
Wow.
So it is a search engine.
Yeah.
And a discovery engine for products for sure. And
crazy.
Food, right? So
crazy. This is it, and let me get this, and I have another question. So people are looking at this video and why not? They're saying, I think the dog scrubber thing would be a good idea to buy, right? So you're able to pull out from the video for product ideation, like, okay, maybe I don't want to sell all these things in here. Maybe I just want to focus on, okay, people seem to like the dog scrubber thing, right? Or people are talking about validation of the creator. I don't find the creator to be believable or trustworthy, right? So you're able to see that, right? That might be a one-off, but I would consider some of the pet products. I like the nail clippers, look easy and convenient to use. So it's a great way to take TikTok, right? And then also have some product validation or product ideation of where you want to go with your next 2.0 of your product or 3.0 of your product, and see where that's going to go. So that's definitely something that's very cool. And then, just to recap over here, right? Let me go back over to this. So how can someone get started with you guys? And from you answering my question, I think that's super powerful, that if TikTok went away tomorrow, it doesn't matter. The attention is always going to be there. The content is going to just shift to another platform. And I'm assuming you guys would roll with the punches with that. Like if TikTok went away tomorrow, you would be, buttoned up and ready to go, or already are for Instagram Reels or Facebook videos or Amazon, all that kind of stuff. So that's the beautiful thing. We're like the kayak of creators, right? You can have them post on any platform. It's not like platform specific. So we're already ready for that to happen. And another reason to use Join Brands versus going to TikTok creator connections, Facebook creator connections, Amazon creator connections. Just find them all through Join Brands because they're all registering here as well. And you can hire them for multiple jobs through one platform. It's awesome. And what's the turnaround time for someone to become a creator? Like how like if my wife wanted to become a creator for Join Brands, like what's the vetting process and turnaround time like?
They just need to go through the application, connect their accounts, submit their certifications for different job types. So like I said, when people join the platform, when they sign in, they see the marketplace of all the deals available that they can basically, jobs they can work on. They won't be able to apply to jobs they don't have certifications for. So we make them certify for 8 different things, as well as connect their social media accounts so that we can verify their followers and average video views. Awesome.
And Ian, where can people email you or your team for more info?
Just brands at joinbrands.com. You can go on the website and book a free demo with one of our sales guys. You can sign up for free and just create a campaign and actually once you create a campaign, you can actually see all the creators and even their TikTok profiles and go right to their web pages and check out, who you can work with. And you only pay when you actually choose a creator. So you can get through the whole process, see all the people that are applying, and even view the profiles without even paying a dime to us.
I got to tell you, your onboarding is pretty snappy because I'm just because I told you I signed up for an account just to do a demo, whatever it is. And I got a text message from Esteban just saying, hey, welcome. Let me know if you need any help. If you want to book a demo call, click here. Through SMS. Fantastic, super snappy, super easy, make it really, really good. So, pairing that with PickFu will not hurt you at all. It would definitely
great idea,
right? Yeah. So, coming over to PickFu, we have dozens and dozens of polls, templates. People think a lot of times that I speak to, I just went to Seller Velocity conference yesterday, and everyone's saying, "Oh, okay, great, but can I do anything else besides A/B split testing for my mean here on Amazon?" You can do everything under the sun. We have, video game developers developing characters on here, book publishers doing their book titles, gaming, marketing, e-com, everything under the sun. So it's everything from your business name to your logo to your web layout to, you said something before, always be testing. And I'm a big fan of, ABC, always be closing. I'm ABT, always be testing, right? So It's the idea, it's the product validation, it's the variation. Now that you have it live on Amazon, is it working against a competitor? Where do I have to pivot? Because you invested a lot of money in inventory, right? Some people bring in over containers and containers full of inventory, sometimes even before they really have started selling. Have you ever seen these people that are really got trigger happy with buying, and they buy a whole container? They're like, oh, I'm going to sit with it. What am I going to do? Well, this is what you can do. You have to fix your main hero image, right? So anyone watching, feel free to email me directly, aspinall@pickfu.com. Yes, I did not get John at pickfu.com because John is one of the co-founders here. I'm at another company where I cannot have my John at email. So just aspinall@pickfu.com, and I will be glad to help you out with that kind of stuff. But Ian, I know we're at time, man, and I know you're a very, very busy guy. It's been a real pleasure. I appreciate you for hopping on today and telling us all about Join Brands and how PickFu can definitely benefit people with UGC content.
Amazing. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you so much. And listen, the next time MDS has an event, you could sneak me in. All right.
All right.
Thanks, pal. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.
All right. See you guys.